What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to the Cockpite Podcast. Reds in Europe, Ajax 0, Liverpool 3. Nice little win. Mad night. Could have been 3-0 down at half time, but we got there in the end. But I'm joined by Jay. Jay is back, everyone. Birthday boy, Jay. I won't say how old you are, but you're under 30, 29, 30, something like that. How you doing, lad? Nice to have you back. I'm sure everyone's pleased to hear and see you, depending on how they're viewing or listening.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's wonderful to be back on with you guys. And I know I said this off camera, innit, but you two have been fucking brilliant the last few months with these shows. I've really enjoyed watching them, just the two of you. It's been great. But it's nice to be back. It is. It's very nice to be back, mate. And yeah, I'm working on the next documentary as well, just anybody who's wondering. But yeah, it's all good to be back, mate. Thank you for having me.
Good stuff. Can't wait for the documentary. I just nearly said the person's name. Fucking hell, let's move on quickly.
I love you.
Kristian, how are we doing, lad?
Yeah, good. After a night like last night, can't really complain. So good. And we're coming closer to the weekend as well, which is always nice. So happy days.
Indeed. But we've got in the chat. We have got Paul is in. Afternoon all. Very
thanks,
happy
Paul.
birthday, Jay.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. What a legend. What a legend. And we've got Pan of Scouse in saying afternoon, lads. Nice one for jumping in.
Pan of Scouse has been leaving some great comments in the last few episodes. I've really enjoyed that.
He has, hasn't he? Like he's been flying with them comments, to be fair. But yeah, I've enjoyed them. And he's been spot on with some of them. I think on the Forest preview, he was like, might be a tricky one, this lad's banana skin, and then we get beat. I was like,
spot on.
You're right, lad. You're right.
Spot on.
But yeah, let's just get straight stuck into it, Jay. What was your thoughts on the lineup before we get into the actual game? Obviously, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Trent, Ali. But yeah, just in general, was you happy with that? Was you happy with the lineup going into the game?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it just gave me a little bit more stability. Compared to Forest, anything was better than that, wasn't it, really? I mean, again, I wasn't too disappointed in the Forest line. I still thought we had enough on the pitch to beat them. You know, obviously we were wrong, but this just felt like more of a Liverpool side where we're just going to go and grab the game by the scruff of the neck, hopefully. And I know we'll go into the game anyway. But yeah, from the lineup, mate, I was happy. You know, it was again, it was a different type of formation. You know, you knew that even though Núñez's name was last on the list, he wasn't going to be playing out wide. It was different the way it was put, and I like having that more attacking threat because I do feel like we can do a lot better when we work the ball from the middle to the forward line. That's what we need to do more. So yeah, I was pleased with it.
Yeah, I think just from looking at it, I was like, so is Darwin Núñez going to be like a left winger because we haven't got Jota, we haven't got Diaz, and I was like, maybe he is, but then like Jay's just said there, Kristian, like it was clear from like the first 10 minutes that it was actually probably more of like a 4-3-1-2. Is that the right many amount of numbers? Yeah, I think so. And with Henderson as like a left of a 3, Fabinho in the middle, Harvey Elliott on the right of a 3, Bobby just behind Núñez and Salah. But the first half was a bit of a mad one, weren't it? Like we were a bit all over the place. I just felt like we're just treating the ball like it was like a hot spud. Like we just seemed to be panicking when we were in possession. And I think that the balls I said to you on my WhatsApp text, I just said like when we don't have Thiago, we don't have control, which I still agree with. And we don't have anywhere near the same amount of control. But I think obviously changing formation quite often, those long raking balls by Van Dijk aren't on as much because they're usually diagonals into the spaces in the wide areas. But with not playing a 4-3-3, we don't have that ability to stretch in those wider areas, I think. But I thought the formation did well initially as well in the start of the game, didn't it?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking, first when we saw it, like you said, Núñez to the left, that was what my first thought as well. But then obviously when we saw the 11 coming out starting play on the pitch, then it was more of a, like you said, 4-3-1-2, or even a diamond if you like, but more of a defensive style, maybe with Henderson and Elliott working next to Fabinho in the center. But I kind of thought the first half was really slow, and I know I texted you say, again, I'm just wondering where we are, why we're not turning up and all that, because it feels like every time we start a game, it feels tired, except for Man City game. it feels like it takes time for us to actually. I understand sometimes you need to get into the rhythm of a game, but it feels like we start really slow because Ajax was really on us. They created, they had a hit in the post, they were dangerous. So I thought, if they get a goal here, it will be a really tough evening for us, and obviously put us in a bad position going into the Napoli game in Champions League later on. But obviously the first half ending the way it did helped us with the mentality of scoring late in the half, just before half time, and Ajax probably felt a little bit that that will be a hard bump for them. So it all changed for the second half. But the first half was not really great. We had we misjudged the passing, we didn't do great at all. So I was really, I texted you, Mick, and I was just like, come on, you can't just keep doing this. But obviously we change the systems all the time. That can happen. But, what we saw in the second half was so much better.
Yeah, and like Kristian just said there, Jay, there was a few chances for Ajax that could have and should have maybe went in, and another day they would have. We got, I think, a good block by Trent that saves, basically, it was as good as one of the Milner ones against West Ham, was it? Yeah. As good as a goal.
What about that one of the fucking 2 minutes we hit the post? Like,
yeah,
I swear to God, the switch off there so early it fucking wound me up. And I'm sorry to swear so early in this episode, but it just really, really wound me up. I think, we're back in Europe, change of competition, let's just crack on. And great result against Rangers and that, and then just so lackadaisy at the back, and then Robbo's turning his back to his man, and we're very lucky that finish was so shit in it at the post that we would have been 1-0 down. But chance after chance, I mean, like after 30 minutes, they must have had like six chances, and we had 0, and it was like, come on, Reds, for fuck's sake. Sorry for swearing again.
No, we'd done a show the other week, and it was about 9:30 in the morning. I was just like, oh, fucking hell, it's too early. So feel free. But yeah, Jay, just sticking with you then, like you said, there's a load of chances for them. We got away with it majorly, but then we get the first goal, Mo Salah, a lovely throwback to the crew kit, and the Hendo outside the ball assist for Mo Salah, and yeah, a nice goal. The keeper was just fucking, I don't know what he was doing, but Salah judged it perfectly and chipped him. And it was a like Kristian said, to get a goal near the end of the first half is probably the best thing to do, because it kind of puts a dagger in their heart, and especially gives us a bit of impetus coming out for the second half as well.
Yeah, and I think whenever you've got the momentums against you, and then you sort of do a bit of a smash and grab, to quote Andy Gray from the 90s, it will take the wind out of that opposing team. And we've had it done to us before, where we've been dominating a game and all of a sudden the other team scores, and it really fucking deflates you. And that was exactly what we needed. We've needed luck like that in terms of like the game going against us, but we're hanging in there, and then we get that goal. Yeah, the pass from Hendo, again, like you said, it's absolutely sublime. It's not just a one-off that he can do those types of things. We've seen him do that quite a few times. I mean, we'd all agree that he probably needs to do those types of balls more often. But again, just shows that he has got the capability to do that. And again, I'm not the type of person who's going to jump on our captain's fucking shoulders and say, oh, you're shit and get out and you shouldn't be starting games, because he does give us that added stability and the leadership and the voice on the pitch that I think a lot of these young players, because we have got, like the likes of Núñez and Trent, they need obviously that type of stability from an old head type thing. And yes, of course, there's better footballers in the world than Jordan Henderson, and we're going to hopefully bring some of them in at some point over the next few years. But yeah, the ball was absolutely sublime, and it pretty much made Salah's mind up of how to finish it, really, because of the angle, the keeper coming out from fucking no man's land. It's like he's held triangle on Pro Evo and he just kept running out, and he's chipped him. So yeah, it was a great finish, and again, great for Salah. I love it when he's scoring goals like that, because he must have been frustrated for not nailing a goal against Forest. So it was great for him to get a goal, great finish, and like you said, mate, just sets us up for the second half, and the half-time orange slices would have tasted a lot better.
Definitely. Just before we get into that, I've got a few, you both know I love a stat. I've got a few Salah stats I want to throw at you, but Doug's in the comments saying happy birthday, Jay, and hello guys, and then Panopscout says it took us 35 minutes, 40 minutes to find our feet, very edgy. And then he says swearing is part of our language. It makes it easier for us to express ourselves, no worries. Yeah, that's why we all fucking love doing it. But I've got a few stats just on Salah, just because I thought I was going to do it at the end, but then I just thought I might as well just attach it to the Salah bit when he scores. So this one, as you can see, I was frantically posting loads of tweets just so I could use our ones and not someone else's. So he's one behind Stevie G in all-time European competitions.
Wow.
Goal scorer charts. That looks pretty good, doesn't it, Kristian? That looks pretty good.
Yeah, well, it's Mo Salah, and people have been talking about his form. The new contract. Is he, just? I wouldn't say that he's finished, obviously, but people said with the new contract and loads of money, is it just having the last couple of years earning that kind of money, not putting it in performances. But we see now when he's starting to actually since he came on against Rangers, scoring the City goal as well, the work rate he has. So there's no doubt about Salah just want to score loads of goals for us and break more records, and he will go on and do this as well and become the top goal scorer in Europe for us as well. So, and just like Jay said as well, the finish that he did last night was brilliant, because the way the balls come from Henderson, he just have to, make up his mind really quickly and actually put force behind that ball as well to actually go in, because if it chips it, to lose, then the defender probably might be able to run back and stop it. So you actually have to put that force behind that ball. I know it's a little bit easier with the ball, coming with power from Henderson as well, but it's easy to say what to do, but to actually, perform it and actually, execute it if you like, then that was a brilliant goal. And we really needed that just before the half time, because, I guess with Ajax chances, they thought they had a chance to actually score and, get on top of us a bit. But, when we did that, it felt like they were, getting a bit tired after that. So yeah, that goal was really important. It was a brilliant goal as well.
Can I add something to the stat, Mick?
Yeah, crack on.
So if you have a look at the difference in goals there between Gerrard and Salah, obviously it's 1. But when you think about the amount of games to goals ratio, it averages 1.6 for Salah and just over 3 for Stevie. Now obviously Stevie's a midfielder, it's still phenomenal that he's our top goal scorer like that, but minutes played for Gerrard is over 10,000 minutes to get those 41 goals, and for Salah it's just over 5,000 minutes. So it's 40 goals and 64 appearances, which is that's just fucking ridiculous. The next, that average of 1.6, the next closest in terms of European competition is Ian Rush with, it's like his ratio is 1.9, and he scored 20 goals and 38 appearances. So it's an unbelievable level that Salah's done, and God knows how many he's going to get. But yeah, phenomenal.
It really is. And I just want to say apologies to people who are listening to this show, because this is very, very visual and graphic. So I'll try and read out the stats as well. Just so
Can we clip that bit? It's very visual and graphic. What's going on this podcast?
Very visual and graphic. Whatever. It's fine. I've got a few more just to rub salt in the wound as well. Just go through this quick one. Like Jay just said, let's get rid of this banner because I can't see it, and we don't want Kristian leaning up to try and look over that like he did last time.
I can make the screen bigger now this time, mate. So don't worry you.
Just rub it.
Yeah, absolutely hilarious. That was. So yeah, Salah's now 8th in the all-time goal scoring charts. So he needs what? Quick maths there. Is that 7 to overtake Kenny?
7 to overtake Kenny. Salah's on 166. Kenny's on 172.
Fowler
183.
Gerrard 186. So he needs 21 to overtake Gerrard and go into the top 5, which is, like you just been mentioning there, Jay, is just absolutely fucking ridiculous that he's on those. Yeah. That he's in those conversations and then on those levels, and then. Last one, promise. Actually, it might not be the last one. I'm lying. Second to last one is Jay. This is just his Mo Salah's. This is his season so far, and we know that he's been one of very fucking loads of our players that we've been going, what's going on? Why aren't they scoring? Why aren't they doing this? Why aren't we playing well? Etc. 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 But yeah, Premier League, 11 appearances, 3 goals, 3 assists. Champions League, 5 appearances, 6 goals, 1 assist. And obviously the Community Shield, 1 goal and 1 assist. So that's 15 goal contributions in 17 games. Pretty special as well.
Finnish player. Shite. Get rid. Why have we given him a new contract? Absolute bollocks. Could have spent that money on something else. That stats do not lie. And Mick, that's a belter. Love that, mate. So yeah.
Also considering the team, we've been out of form, and loads of other players around him hasn't been, at their level that we're used to. So, that obviously contributes to him when he, scores loads of goals. So to actually score and have this, 10 goals and 5 assists in 17 games in a team that hasn't performed very well playing, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Just happy he actually continues to do it, even though we haven't been good. So just hope that we can actually find the form going forward, and he will score loads more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if he stays up top and we're getting him close to the goal, then he's just those goals that he's already been scoring from a wide position are going to be even more, which is going to be class. Yeah. Last one, quick boys. Andrew Beasley on Twitter says Mo Salah tonight has become the first Liverpool player to score in 4 successive European games since Mo Salah. So it's not even like an only Mo Salah start, it's an only Mo Salah since Mo Salah, which is just like my favourite type of of stat. And we'll leave it that for now. Let me get back to my box. There we go, we're back. Let's have a look what we've got in the comments there quick. Doug says, what do you guys make of the third kit? Reminds me of Titi Kamara and Patrick Berger vibes. I'll let Jay answer this one.
I can't. Doug said Patrick Berger, so I'm in a zone. I'm in a zen.
Just a Patrick Berger, wet dream.
Mate, honestly, compared to the white one, it's godly, but it's not amazing. I'll be honest, but it's really nice. It's different. I like it with the red trim. I do. I probably have to see it close up. I haven't properly seen it close up, but that was nice on the players. The players make it look good. Definitely better than the white one anyway. So yeah, if we need to use an away kit, please use that one going forward. But he is right though. When you ever get like a full green kit, you just think of 99 to 2000, don't you? Of Paddy Berger, Titi Kamara, and Sammy Ippian, number 12. I've got that shirt down there. I'm not going to be one of those people that goes and grabs that shirt and shows on the camera. It's just sad because it's right there looking at me.
Feel free, grab it. I'll carry on talking about Paddy Berger and the amazing free kick against Man United, where it was about 100 yards out. That's just still one of my favourite goals. That just absolutely.
Anyway, let's not talk about Paddy Berger. He's fucking shit. He ignores me. I'm on joking. That's for his son, because we had a conversation with his son the other day about that. So just in case little Patrick's watching, but yeah, it was. It's nice to. But if you look at the other comment that Doug's made about obviously Atletico and Barca, I know we'll come on to that in a bit anyway. But so just acknowledging that, Doug, we've not missed that one. But I just think going into that second half then with that Salah goal, I wasn't worried then, because I don't think Ajax, when they came out in that second half, were going to get any close to us after that. What did you think, Mick?
No, I don't think so. I think all those chances we mentioned in the first half, I think if they would have took one of them, it would have been really difficult then. I think for us to, just as like mentality-wise, I just feel like we're really, really fractured this year in terms of like getting back into matches. You just feel like in years gone by, especially in the last couple of years when we go behind, it's like, well, no, we'll find a way. But under this current, the way we're going at the moment, if any slight setback, we really, really struggle to claw that back. But just before the half, I just want to touch on. I know the Twitter games were out in full force with the Darwin Núñez miss, because obviously it was a minute before the half. Yeah, if that goes in, it's 2-0, isn't it? And the game's done and dusted.
That was shocking.
And it was just.
Why did Bobby shoot though? Fucking hell! Sorry,
I know.
Mick,
I said that because I had a few mates text me going, "Oh, what? He's just missed a sitter." And I was like, "Yeah, I know," but like when you watch it back on the replay, it is pretty bad, isn't it, Kristian? Like in terms of it's like 7 yards out, something like that, and he should be scoring. But you just knew he was going to go on to score anyway, didn't you? A more difficult chance.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you can see it in two different ways. I would say, you can see it in the way that people on Twitter, post these clips. You say, "Oh, he missed," but you can also think of, "Oh, he's actually there. He's hitting the post. He should score, but he's actually in a position to score." And I just like to keep on seeing that. And then he scores a brilliant header, after that anyway. So he's in the areas, he's in the right positions. He will score more goals as soon as he just get. He had a few chances in different games before, where we think that he's actually should have, put the ball into the net. But still, he's there. And you can, obviously, if we were 1-0 down, you could look at different. Now it turned out another way. But I'm just happy to see the striker we bought that everyone just, said was Andy Carroll, 2.0 and all this kind of shit, that is actually will contribute, and he will become even better and better. I just love what he has. He has something really great about him, and the way he runs, the way he is physical strong, and he also have a little bit of shithousery in him. You kind of like that Uruguayan kind of mentality that he has, and we need that as well. So I'm not worried at all. I just love when he's on the pitch. I hope he will continue to play with Mo Salah, up front in the games to come, because I think them two together as a two strikers up there, if we continue to play like a diamond, with them two there with their pace and Darwin Núñez physical attributes, that could be great actually. So why not? I just love him already. He's mine. I'm gonna have a Darwin Núñez shirt. I never really buy shirts, but I'm gonna buy one.
Mick, when all good fucking strikers,
good Swedish.
It was, yeah. When all good strikers, I've had too much ale on my birthday already. When all good strikers miss an opportunity like that, what's the best way to answer? And what did he do a few minutes later?
Yeah, exactly. And I think it was 4 minutes after the restart, and I think Robbo done in his post match was like Núñez was fuming at half time. He missed, and Robertson said something like, "Oh, I told him I'll whip a ball in for you and you'll score off it." And then he was like, he probably didn't understand me, and I was like, he definitely if you can't understand fucking, I don't know, Klopp or Hendo, whatever, he's definitely never not going to understand you. But it was just funny that he scores a much more difficult chance, and it comes from a set piece, because we've been saying loads this year that we're kind of we are really good from those set piece areas, like corners, free kicks into the box, even just just balls into the box. We seem to be really flourishing from them. But yeah, it was a good goal, wasn't it? It was a very good goal considering how many people were in the box as well. Bottom corner off the post, lovely. Yeah,
it was, and you just want, every time he scores, you're more happy that Núñez has scored than anybody else at the minute, just because it's Núñez, and there's this fucking Haaland comparison. Let's just not compare them anymore. Let's just fucking leave it like that. We had our little fun, Mick, didn't we, when we did the Charity Shield game, and we did our little stupid graphic, Núñez 1, Haaland 0, we had our little fun. That was as much we were going to get out of it. But I think definitely, he's a young lad. He has not been around the block as much as what Haaland has, but you can just see his quality. I mean, I don't know who it was, but again, in that second half, the tracking back he did, and that clip's going around. I'm sure you guys have seen it, but Ajax are on the charge, and he just comes out of nowhere on the screen, and all of a sudden he checks. Then he stops and he realises he can foresee what's going to happen, and ends up being the person that makes the interception of the thing that he foreseen. I was like, fucking hell, you got a striker that's doing that. That's just brilliant. But yeah, what a header. Fucking brilliant. And you can see how happy he is that he's getting these goals now. And it's, again, I'm sure there's a great stat out there as well with the Salah stuff. There's an amazing stat where his goal contributions in the games and the minutes that he's played, that's really, really good.
It's funny you mentioned that, Jay, because I've actually got that.
That was not fucking pre-planned. I'm telling you that right now.
But when you started winding up, I was like, yes, I have got this ready. Let's get rid of the... Actually, we don't need to get rid of the banner. There you go. Darwin Núñez's season so far. So this is obviously inclusive of the Community Shield, because it's still a game technically. It's not a fucking friendly, albeit it's a glorified one. So yeah, 6 goals, 1 assist, 636 minutes, which is equivalent of basically 7 games. So that's 7 and 7, isn't it, Kristian?
Yeah, I think so.
But it's boss, isn't it? It's
I know. That's the thing. I think with really grumpy people on Twitter, just complain about everything. If they actually, look at this and just thinking he's a new lad coming into a new club, to a new country, learning a new language, which is not easy. And, Klopp have talked about his homesickness as well. And he did have homesickness when he was younger, even playing in Uruguay, going to the first club. He went back for another year because that's just personality. That's sometimes the people are, when you're probably mature, getting older as well. But, it's not easy to just move to another country. But then actually now coming into their team, feeling more like home, Alisson was talking about how the South American players kind of try to help him to settle in and talk to him and make him feel at home and all that. And you can tell now that he feels a little more. In the start, he was a little bit all over the place. But you can tell now he feels like he's actually more settled, feeling more self-secure about the whole thing. And when you look at that stats, then when he actually contributes on playing football for Liverpool, not only settling in and trying to learn the language and all that, when he actually plays for us, he scores goals and he contributes, and he does it in very few minutes. And if he continues like that and get more game time, he will continue to score loads of goals because it's in the right areas, like I said, in the right positions. He's great on the header, he's great with his feet. When it comes to finishing, he might just have to upgrade a little bit of his touch in some areas, or his play in some situations as well when we're going forward. But he's still young. He will work under Klopp and his staff, become better. So if there's anyone continuing to actually complain about Darwin Núñez, just I don't know, get off Twitter, get off social media, go and live in a corner somewhere under in a cave or whatever. I'm just tired of hearing that shit. Just look at the stats. He will become even greater. So, we got a striker on our hands that got so many good and nice skills that we haven't had for a long time. He gives us other options as well. So now when we change the formation, obviously, like we said, that he scores. There's loads of people in the box. He just shows that he's strong. He kind of just gets, away from his defender, runs into it and put it perfectly in the corner away from the goalkeeper. It's not an easy goal to score. So, yeah, up the Darwin Núñez Reds.
Yeah, and just on like the Twitter stuff, I watched the Red Men show where they had Adam Rowe and Alfie Brown on, and I clipped a bit of it because I just thought that is like just hilarious, like just people moaning saying insert player is shit, why are we playing them? And it's like just support, like otherwise you're an invested skeptic. And I just thought that's such a perfect phrase. Like you're so invested, but you don't believe that Liverpool are good or can win games, and all the players are shit. It's just like it just surely defeats the purpose of what you're trying to achieve by being a supporter. I just find it baffling. But there's been loads of comments. I just want to get through them. I don't want to miss any. So what did you said one before, Jay, was the one we missed from Doug.
It was only Doug put it in because it'll be good for the end of the show. Just about like the fact that Atletico are out. So if we want to do that one now, we can do.
Cool, let's go that one. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, Jay, what are your thoughts on Atletico and Barca being out of the Champions League?
It's nuts, right? I think you would always expect those two names to be in the hat for the last. But do you know what? It's a thing with Spanish football at the minute. It's been dropping for quite some time now. And again, the Barcelona thing still shocks me a little bit because I still think they were good enough to get out of that group. But they're not a good team anymore, are they, Barcelona? And them two will surely fight it out for the Europa League. And yeah, see you later. But I'm just glad that they're not. I'm more glad that Atletico aren't there because they're a fucking bastard to play. So yeah, I'm just glad that they're not there.
Did you see the missed penalty as well? Like it couldn't have been any chef's kiss, like amazing. Like you fucking horrible bastards, get out of the Champions League. Like missed penalty saved, the header hit the bar, and then the second rebound got like a deflected off the defender and went over for a corner.
It couldn't have happened to a nicer fucking team. Fuck off, get out, you prick.
Lovely.
There's one thing I like about Atletico, and that's the stadium, and that's it, for obvious reasons.
That's all they've got going.
And Fernando Torres, that's another. Yeah.
Oh yeah, all right. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. We'll stretch it to Fernando now that it's enough times passed. We don't want to kill him anymore. Comments. We've got one from Ben, but I'll leave that to the end. Just on the the Prem and how we're feeling, how optimistic we are. I'll leave that to the end, Ben. If you,
Oh yeah, it was good that one.
if you're still there, if you're still watching, if you're
He's still there. Priest is still there.
He's still there. Just quick, sorry to cover your whole face, Jay, but Pan of Scout says, Mick, just want to say I stumbled across your podcast with Alex Horney today, and I have to say it was an excellent watch. I really enjoyed it. I didn't know Alex was a fan. I like him even more now. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, that was like a little mini dream come true for me. I was just like, I had to have like, I had like 3 or 4 like big cans before
Wanks.
that, because I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
wanks.
I said wanks.
3 wanks, 4 cans. I think I had just to get myself ready. But I've actually got that there still. There he is. Look at him.
Lovely
look
that.
At his little, Look at his little face. So yeah, go and search for that. I'll just search Alex Horn Liverpool or Alex Horn Copite or whatever, and it'll come up. Yeah, what a guy. What a guy he is. Let me get this.
It's a very, very good video, that.
It was. I could have chatted them for fucking ages, but obviously it was getting late. I think we started at 9 and it was like getting towards like 10 past 10. I was like, I've got you like another 100 questions, but you probably want to go, don't you? And he was like, yeah. I was like, all right then, whatever. Bye. Back to the footy. Let's get back to the footy. So I've just shown a Núñez screenshot, haven't I, with the stats.
Doug saying Robbo was man of the match yesterday. Yeah, I agree with that. I thought Robbo looked like he was definitely back to his best, and I was sat with Vinny watching it, and Vinny was just going. I'm saying Vinny like everyone fucking knows him. Mick, I know you know who Vinny is, but he was just really going on about Robbo, and he was absolutely spot on, because I did agree with that. That Robbo was really good, and we need to see more of that. And again, what I loved about this as well, and I think I've got a screenshot of it somewhere. Someone underneath the official Liverpool Twitter commented on the lineup saying, we're not going to win anything with Hendo and Robbo in the side. Sell them both. And one has a man of the match display and one has an assist.
It's mind blowing, isn't it? I think the only thing, like yesterday, like you said before, Jay, like the initial chance where they nearly score, Robbo was just like, he looks, he's in like no man's land. But then is that someone trying to get out your basement, lad?
There's some fucking drilling going on in an apartment next to that. I know they're doing like, they don't put up any notes when they should do it or anything, like any date. It just comes. So it just.
Do they not know you're on an award? You're part of an award-winning, podcast. Do they not know? They know who you are.
I've told them. I sent out letters to everyone in all the apartments, like just shut up. But sometimes, yeah. But yeah, sorry. Yeah, continue.
No, I was gonna say it was either a drill or like you've just had like severe like 5 tins of beans on toast. I just didn't know which one it was. Yeah. But yeah, Robbo was good, weren't he, Kristian? I just thought he looked like he had more energy, and he was just like, when he was picking up the ball and he was driving at their back line, and I think it's something like that where I don't know if it's like a confidence thing or like obviously the team's not confident as a collective at the minute, and Robbo is obviously a huge part of what we do, but he looked a lot better, just like energy, getting forwards, balls into the box, just everything looked better, didn't it?
Yeah, but that's what he brings to the game for us. I think we talked about that when he came back into the side. That Tsimikas is good. He's has a great left foot. Great delivery, doing a great job when Robbo's not playing. But there's something with Robbo's way of being aggressive and actually, just try to do things quick and speed up the game a bit. And also when it comes to defending, he looks a little bit more on it all the time. It's probably a Scottish side in him, don't you think, Doug? So he's the comments about him.
Sorry, I'm really sorry to cut you off there, Chris. But what Panna Scouser just said, the first disgusting thing that came to mind is glory hole.
Yeah, I got plenty around in it.
Yeah, he's covered most of them up for now, but there's a few there.
Sorry, Chris.
Yeah. Sorry. It's fine. Yeah, but that's the thing with Robertson. I think if you hear comments about we should sell him or Hendo or whatever, me and Mick have talked, like you probably might have heard, Jay, as well. Hendo might be not on. Might not be. Good enough to play, all the games for Liverpool, or even starting anymore because he's coming up to age and all that. But he's still the captain. Klopp believes in him. He will play games. Just get over it. And he one day, if you hate Hendo, he will leave. But I won't. I will give him all his the praise because he's been our captain, lifting all the trophies. He's done a great job. Everyone will come up to an age where they can't perform at the same level in sports. That's just the way it is. And yes, we need to invest in the midfield going forward, but that's another question. Now we have Hendo and the others, the ones that are available to play. So just get behind them, and to just finish off with playing Robertson. Yes, I think that's great. Now I'm going to mute. Continue.
Wow.
It's a great song, by the way. If anybody's not checked out Steel Panther, you need to.
I just loved that bit because Kristian was like, I'm gonna mute myself now, and then he's done like a big and then you were just putting glory hole Spotify songs on, and I was probably pissing myself laughing. That's hilarious. So just
more comments.
more comments. Ben's put so on Núñez. The only thing that bugs me is I don't think he's played the full 90 yet. That's a good point, actually. I don't think he has. And then
it'll come in time.
Yeah, I'm
not worried. Not when he's if he wasn't playing full games and not contributing, I'd be absolutely right there with the worry with you, mate. But I think when he's contributing within those minutes that he's playing, then sound. And I don't know if it was 28 games, but it was a lot. It was a long time though, wasn't it? It was, Nico.
It definitely felt like 28. And then the first goal was just like the jammiest goal, which probably shouldn't have been a Crouch goal anyway. It was just proper. Was it Mike Pollitt, wasn't it? Just kind of fell into the goal and was like, "Here you go, lad, have your first goal."
Yeah.
Hilarious. What a guy Crouchy is. And also says, when we were comfy, thought Ramsey would have come on. Needs minutes. Yeah. What are your thoughts on him, lads? Old Calvin, we haven't seen him yet, obviously, but
I couldn't give you any opinion on him, mate. I didn't know who he was until we signed him. I didn't pay attention to a lot of Scottish football. I just heard that he was very good young talent, and if we're signing talent like that, he was supposed to be Trent's backup, then sound. But yeah, let's get him some minutes. I mean, obviously we've qualified now, so maybe you can sort of throw him in for some minutes against Napoli next week.
And we played Derby as well in the
that'll be
Carabao Cup as well. So there was just a chance for him now when he's back, not injured anymore, because it's been a long time. He, obviously came with so many troubles with his back or something, growing.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Muscles or whatever.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. And he can pushing Trent. I think Trent needs a push from somebody. Don't matter how old you are, you always need competition for your place. So it can all be a good thing when he starts. And good luck to him. Fingers crossed he does well when he does get some minutes.
Well, hopefully we'll see a Ramsey Doak right hand side against Derby then, because he's been absolute. Is it Ben Doak or Doak or Doak? I don't know.
No idea.
Doak.
Someone else.
But anyway, he's been smashing it, hasn't he, for the
for
the youth team? So he might even get a chance, which would be boss as well. Just to see that Scottish right hand side would be nice to see.
Yeah.
Ben has said Robbo has been great recently, even more impressive considering all the different people he's had in front of him in the last 4 games or so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, let's just talk on the last goal then, Kristian. And we were talking about like Mo Salah and just like goals per minute and like just being a goal machine. But the assist for Elliott, and it was a great finish by Harvey Elliott, but the assist I thought was just as good because it was perfectly into the path, perfect weight, and I think that side of his game doesn't. I don't think his goal scoring side of his game gets enough credit, but definitely his creator side doesn't get enough credit, and it was a nice little cherry on the top of the cake. Just keeping up the birthday puns. It was a nice way to end the game, wasn't it? Or a nice way to score the last goal.
But it's a brilliant pass, a great run from Elliott as well in behind, and to finish it off just like that is good as well. We've talked about Elliott quite a lot, being one of the best midfielders this season so far. Obviously, we have had loads of injuries, and not many of them who have played have actually been in form. But Elliott has shown, his talent, that he's actually got it to play on this level. Maybe he shouldn't start every time. Maybe he shouldn't play together with Carvalho, like we did, when against Nottingham with Curtis Jones as well, probably all too young, too unexperienced, all that as well. But I think if you put one of them like Elliott now in a team with more like experienced players and stable players and actually players coming into form like Mo Salah, hopefully as well, going forward, then he has the more the abilities to actually do great for us as well. And I just liked him to score, because he loves Liverpool. He works hard. He's a really clever football player as well. He might not be the quickest one, but he got the skills. So for him to score in Champions League and that pass from Salah is just a great way to just finish off Ajax, if you like. So yeah, brilliant goal, and that pass is just like perfect. So yeah, I really enjoy that. Brilliant.
It was very, very lovely. Doug's in to correct me. It's Ben Dowak. Ben Dowak. Okay, I remember that.
Gotta take it from the Scottish fella. If he knows, he knows.
Yeah.
Gotta take it. Yeah, I just think whenever, I mean, commentators, you can't like just abide by what they say, but I'm pretty sure they've all been saying Doak, so I've just jumped on the Doak bandwagon. But yeah, 3-0, Jay. Nice way to cap off the penultimate Champions League game for the group stage, obviously. But I just want to give a shout out to Alisson Becker, because it was his 200th Liverpool appearance, and another screenshot for us. So sorry again to the audio listeners, but yeah, his 200th game, 90 clean sheets, 68.5 win ratio, and then I had to put him at the end, 3 assists and 1 goal. But this season, and especially, I think last season, he took his ability to another level. And I think in part this season, obviously we haven't been great, but he's kept us in games, and even like the Forest game we could have been worse off if it wasn't for him. He's been amazing, hasn't
he? He's been incredible, mate. He was the massive piece of the puzzle that we were missing, and he's been an absolute joy to have every single time he's put on that Liverpool shirt. And I can't imagine this team without him. I've never known a keeper like it. I thought we had it good with Pepe Reina. Fucking hell, this guy is just unbelievable, and very, very lucky to have him between the sticks, because he very, very rarely has an off game. So yeah, absolutely buzzing to have him. And I love that the comment that you just put in there, favourite Ali moment. I mean, everyone's gonna say the goal, which is the obvious answer. But what I'm gonna go with something different was I think it was his 3rd game at home or something like that, and we battered Brighton or Huddersfield, and he just got the ball back and just dinked it over one of the players. And it was the second time we'd seen Alisson, and everyone was just like, what the fuck has he just done? And I'm like, holy shit, we've got him here. This is amazing. And then obviously the week after against Leicester, he fucking tried something similar and fucked it up. Yeah, that's probably my favourite Ali moment. He just dinks it over that player. I just thought that was fucking cheeky as fuck, and something I'd never seen before from a keeper at Liverpool. So yeah, that's mine.
Yeah, I think I might have tweeted that like at the time, because I remember looking through his appearances. I was like, was that only his like 2nd game at Anfield? I was like, what the fuck? Like, we must have I was just trying to put myself back in time to think what was I thinking at the time when he was just chipping it over people's heads, like just going, here you go, mate, just passing it to Van Dijk with the outside of his boot and all that. Anyone else in the comments, if you want to throw in your favourite Alisson moment? But Kristian, what are you thinking? Favourite Ali moment so far?
Yeah, West Bromwich is the obvious one, but I would probably say when he mirrors Pickford, when he grabs the ball and just plays down. I just love that, because that's the
winner.
Yeah, that's a proper giving him the middle finger. Just I love that, because that's just hilarious, and it's just a bit of a shithouser as well, and I just love it. You do it to a certain level, that's brilliant. So yeah, I
can't believe I forgot about that. I'm gutted.
I'd forgotten about that.
I fucking watched it live. I can't believe I fucking forgot. Nice one.
Obviously, the goal is just like
the goal is the winner.
The goal's the winner, but the unofficial winner is that, because that was just like fucking hell, amazing.
And then obviously, like it's hard. West Bromwich will be the obvious one, but the assist that you just put in the stat as well. The assist that is actually given, to, is it Salah all the times? I can't remember.
Salah against City, Salah against Man United, and Salah against Norwich.
Yeah, so when you do that as a goalie as well, it's brilliant just to actually pinpoint that ball up to Salah, who just goes and then scores. That just says it all as well, and all the brilliant saves. He's just world class, and easily top 3 in the world, if not the best at the moment. We've been in a shite form, but he's been performing on a higher level all the time. So yeah, Alisson is the lad, and he's gorgeous as well. Sexy little bastard with his guitar and his barbecue. So yeah. Brilliant.
And his barbecue and his cowboy hat, riding a horse.
Yeah, that is brilliant when he shares, photos from when he's home in Brazil over summer, when he's just out there, in the middle of nowhere in on a horse with his cowboy hat and just sipping on his mate or whatever you call it, and it's just
the guy. Yeah, what a guy. Ben.
Yeah,
No,
I think.
Conjay, sorry.
No, it was that. I think it's basically what Ben's just said there. It's probably the whole arc of him losing his dad continues to play incredible for us and get the goal he deserves. You couldn't have written it, more of a nice way in terms of like losing his dad, still playing, COVID, he couldn't go, couldn't say goodbye to his dad, and then he does that. It's just blessings from above, really, isn't it? Which I just think is incredible. But obviously, I know we're running out of time, but I just wanted to look at this thing that Ben said earlier, mate. In terms of the confidence of going into the Leeds game and
yeah.
the following
There we go.
week. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how optimistic are you of a great result against Leeds, given the Prem, Champions League form, and Forest? What are you thinking, Mick?
I think I said this to Kristian last night. Kristian was like, "Is it gonna?" He was kind of asking me like, "Is it gonna be like this all the time? Or Liverpool is gonna be like shit all the time?" Even though he's older than me and he's watched more games than me, and I was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be like this all season. We're gonna be good for some games. We're gonna turn up and be shit in some games." But I just think once we start to get players back and players that are going to come back and stay back and not get injured again, which isn't going to happen, but we can pray. The likes of Thiago, the likes of Canate, players that are so key to how we play. But I'm actually going to the Leeds game. So if you're going, Jay, I can shoot round and have a bevy with you if you're in the usual
sounds like a plan,
spot.
mate.
But out of 10, let me think.
Saturday night, Leeds.
And they have. I don't think they haven't won an 8 or something. I saw like a stat on Twitter. It was like
that's what's worrying me because that's at some point they will have to win. But yeah, what do you think, Mick?
I think I'll go for a solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, obviously now coming back, from the Ajax win, and like you said, it all depends if Thiago is back in midfield to be able to, control the game at home, and Darwin Núñez now, play up front maybe with Salah if we have the same formation, and we're playing like that, and even if there's Konate back in the, obviously Joe Gomez did great against Man City, wasn't that really good against Forest and all that, but if we get players like that, it's very vital to a way of playing with Thiago and Núñez playing this. Suddenly we're just a different team with experience and world quality in Thiago as well in midfield. It does a lot that he's not playing. So if he plays, and also now obviously with Darwin who's out against Nottingham, I think at home at Leeds, I'll probably go with an 8 just to feel optimistic and think, it's a Saturday night, we're playing at home, Leeds has been shit as well, we get hopefully some players back, and, we just have to see those kind of games without any, disrespect to Leeds. We just need to get the 3 points if we're going to actually get a Champions League spot. It's just one of them, you have to do it. So I'm going to be optimistic with a feeling of 8.
Go on then, Jay. I've gone 7, Kristian's gone 8. What are you thinking?
Well, I think we're going to fucking do him, lad. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. We're going to fucking smash him. Leeds fucking not going to fucking get a goal. And it'll be Liverpool 4, Leeds 0. 10 out of 10 confidence that we will win the game.
Well, Ben's jumped back in on his own question. He says an 8. So he's mirroring Kristian with that one. Yeah, I think if...
We'll see.
At Anfield, Saturday night, and I like the way you moved, Divock Origi. So I reckon we'll be all right. I reckon we'll be all right. Doug's gone for a 5-0 win. Just quick one from Amp before we go. Do you think Keita or Chamberlain will start? Anyone? What do you think? I think it might be an unchanged side, to be honest. I think that worked really well last night.
Yeah, and if say we get Thiago back into, I don't know, with his ear infection and all that, but if he's in the team and if we play like we did, like a diamond or whatever you like, then I think we might just maybe move Henderson out or Elliott out, but play Fabinho because of his defensive style. But actually, Thiago in to control the game from midfield. Then I'm happy with the same team. Actually, he does that, difference for us, and it's at home as well. And if you think of how we played against Ajax, considering the first half was really bad, just go, and do it, and have the fans, behind the team in the stadium, and that should be all right.
I hope so. I do hope so. But then Thiago went on the bench, was he, yesterday? And Klopp said it seemed more serious than it is, which is always the case. It's never Thiago injured. Oh, actually, it turns out he's sound and he'll be ready for next week. It's always, by the way, he's going to be out for another 3 games.
In fact, it turns out that he, I don't know, I don't know.
His whole ears came off and he's got having surgery to get it back on. You know, like just something fucking mental like that. It always is, isn't it?
Like Reservoir Dogs.
Too right. Right, we're getting on for 50 minutes there, and we said we'd only do half an hour, and we never stick to that. And obviously, having Jay back has made us more giddy, and it's Jay's birthday, so everyone send him nice messages and say how young he looks with his cap on and stuff like that. I know that, and tell him how nice his top is, even though I don't like those type of bands, apart from Linkin Park.
Say you fucking hate my music.
That's what I said.
What about this?
Ziggy Stardust. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm just rocking playing shit, so I can't do that. Sorry.
Boys, it's been a pleasure. It's been
a pleasure indeed. It's been a pleasure. Nice one, everyone, for watching. If you're watching live, there's 9 of you still in. Well, actually, there's 8 of you on YouTube at the minute and 1 on Facebook. So, Facebook fella, jump over. Facebook woman, wherever, jump over. YouTube, like and subscribe. Everyone on YouTube, do the same. If you're watching later today, then yeah, please do the same. If you're listening on Spotify or whatever you're listening on. Sorry about the whole loads of graphics there that you didn't get to see, but I tried to explain them all best I could. But yeah, leave us a rating, leave us a review if you're feeling extra generous, and yeah, we look ahead to Saturday night against Leeds, and yeah, we'll be doing a show hopefully before then, if not then after, to discuss that one. But yeah, nice one to Kristian, nice one to Jay, and yeah, up the Reds.